What's up, everybody? We got a new video, and I'm excited to make this one. Probably won't be too long, but we've hit a milestone. It's a failure, but it's also a very big win. So, first things first, let's just go check in on the network. We're approaching 50,000 people, and that's helping. So, there's been a lot of activity lately on Drip, a lot of promotion, a lot of people getting videos out, so a lot of people have been joining, locking Drip up in the Faucet, and it shows, right? As Forex said in one of his phone calls or video chat calls, whatever he did on Telegram, they've added 25% as many people in this month alone, than they haven't all last year. So that's making a big deal. The supply, though, is getting low. We'll get back to that in a minute, but the price is at 108. The highest it's ever been right now is literally the price it's at right now. Actually, no, I take it back. It hit 108.95, almost 109 all day today. So now, the failure part is that I wanted to get to 100 drip before it hit the price of 100. Well, it didn't happen. But we are at 10 G's, so we're effectively making $100 a day. If I were to pull it out, it'd at least spin out $100 a day here. Now, there is, it's a heck of a fee, but we're just going to run it and go. There's something we got to talk about. Okay. Now, keep in mind supply is low. 32. Okay. I don't care what crypto you're in. The fact is, the whole market's red. Only things stable are things that are tied to the dollar. They just don't move. But look at this. Everything is down. Everything. Except for Drip. Drip is up. Sorry if I'm talking kind of slow, because I don't want to cough. I'm still having chest problems. So now, if you remember this picture, it's accurate, except for the BNB price is down to 3 and some change here. Let's go check it out. Oh, it's actually going back up. Okay, cool. At one point today, it did hit like 420, dude. I swear, it was insane. Yeah, I mean, look at this, 441 at 4 a.m. I actually probably never dropped past 441. I thought it hit 420. Can't remember. Maybe that was yesterday. Jeez. Okay. I'm done with it. So, you would think since this came crashing down at the 520, Drip would go down with it too. But it hasn't, and here's why. The last time, this is from Forex, the last time the crypto market had a major correction was before where they developed the Sword and Shield liquidity protocol for Drip. The Sword and Shield liquidity protocol incentivizes a deep majority stable pool, while still having some seed exposure to BNB. Due to not having this protocol in place yet, you can see the overall market crash had a negative impact on Drip, right? So, back then they didn't have a protection towards the price, right? Basically, the funds were heavily tied into BNB. My interpretation, the funds were heavily tied to BNB, and so when that went down, the price went down. Granted, it wasn't at the same level that it was going down in the rest of the market, right? Because the rest of the market was going down a lot faster, and drip was still, and it never dropped under $50, right? So it shot up to, as we know, it all shot up to, on the 4th, it shot up to like $94 because of the launch of the farm, but then it went back down, and the market went down in the late last week or so, last 2 weeks or so, and brought it down. But now with this new the Sword and Shield protocol, it greatly reduces that impact. Basically, my interpretation is they took all the liquidity and kept it in drip. And since its drip isn't widely exchanged throughout markets, other than a little bit on Pancake Swap, and the fact that a lot of people hold it in their faucet, versus holding it in the holding it in like a wallet or like a market where it can go up and down. This helps because when the market tanks, it doesn't really take a big of impact. Now, that's my interpretation. I could be totally wrong, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because I have been known to be wrong about things. But 32,000 here, current price of 109, and we're closer to the 130 at the 30,000 supply, right? It's not hard to say that this chart's pretty close to accurate. One would argue the next 3,000 coins were to get locked up, we'd be at the 330 mark. I mean, after all, it's only $21, right? I mean, let's pull out the calculator. If you got 100 drip, 100 coins, and it's 130, you got 13 G's. 1%, you're making 130 a day. An extra $100 a day, man. I sell cars for a living. The least I can make on a car is $100 a day. If I split the car deal, right? Meaning the car made no money. And we just count it as a unit. You don't sell a car every day. I don't sell a car every day. It's impossible to sell a car every day. At least for where I work at. And the current market. Picking up extra $130 a day, let it stack up, can help me pay some bills. And granted, I'm not going to get 130, right? Because there's fees, taxes, conversion, deposits, all that. But yo, man, it's extra $130, man. Now let's go back. Let's say the supply drops to 520 somehow. At 100 drip a day, you all have a max 100 drip. 52 G's. Remember, keep in mind, I'm saying in here. I'm talking about whole units in here. Because the reason I got 10 G's in here is because I have almost 100 drip at the price of 109. Okay? You get the 1% of here. Get the 1% of here to here. That's the power compound. It raises us, so you get a higher 1%, still 1%, but it's a bigger balance, right? So, we did the math. If the price of drip were to go to 520 a coin, and we have 100 drip, you get 52. You're therefore getting 520 a day. 520 a day pays a lot of bills. Average rent in my area is $1,200. In almost 3 days, 2 days, you've got rent covered. Cool. About 20 times 30. Ooh, sorry, I did that wrong. $520 a day at 30 days in a month. It's extra 15 G's. I know a lot of people that owe 15 G's on their current car. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to continue to pay that 15 G's for the next 4 years, and their car's not going to be worth that. But if you pay it off right away, in 30 days, You feel better about yourself not having a car payment. Save on the interest. As an example. 15 G's. I'll tell you what 15 G's would do for me. 15 G's would help me get closer to my goal of owning my own business. Got a couple of ideas in mind. But 15 G's is what I expect to make a month with my business. If I were to get to 520 a day and let it go for 90 days, I can buy the vehicle I need for my business. Not a nice one, but a decent one that'll get me started. Now, we're a long ways away from that. We're still a ways away from 130. Not by a lot, but we're still a ways away. But we're in the position now, we're in a full week. As long as the price stays stable, I can let it build up and I can get what I invested in. Investment's a bad word. What I put in and gambled and risked in this game. Pull it out, and then I've got liquid cash. I'm the kind of guy that's going to let it ride, though. We've only been in it not even 2 months yet. We've, with the help of YouTube and everyone joining the team, we've gotten to the point where now the $700 and some odd dollars that added up after everything's done, not including gas fees, can be recuperated in a week versus 100 days. I got a buddy of mine. I wish I could pull up his. Actually, maybe we can do it this way. Let's see if we can find him. Let's see which one he is. I was just talking to him and hanging out with him. And 3E. He was in $900. Okay. Remember, for him to get his $900 out, it was going to be 100 plus days, 110, give or take, because of the taxes. With the price increase and his daily compounding, it's only going to take him 50 days now to get that money out. Because right now he has 1746 in there, right? He's got 1900. So 1% of 1900. $19. 50 days. Right? He's only been in it since the same time about a month ago. Okay? If the trend keeps going, he'll be at, I think by math, will put him at around 4,000 at a month from now. $40 a day. So it'll take him 24 days to get his money back. Right? Keep compounding. That's all it is. Just gotta keep compounding. Just gotta keep going. These guys are building teams. This guy and this guy. Go for it, man. Do what you gotta do. This guy's strategy, I'm pretty sure, is to let it build up over a few days. This is the whale. This is the guy that one day was like, oh, I'm gonna pick this guy as a buddy. Hey man, I appreciate you. My goal is to have everybody in the double digits, in the next month. Whether by me or by them or combined, hopefully combined. Right? And then we keep going and keep going and keep going, keep going, keep going. Because I want to get to the point where, and I'm gonna exclude the big guys, but if we can get everybody built up to where they can get their initial play money in there back within 10-15 days, I hope everybody listens and takes that money out. That way you're nearly not out of pocket anything, and then you just have fun. Because remember, until you pull anything out, it's in your bank account, you're losing. It's just a game. But man, game. And let me put it this way. Let's go back here. If we leave everything as is, and the price stays at, we're going to say 110, just 110, and we let it compound here. I have 40 G's in a year. If I let it build up here, that's what this max payout means. That's insane. $750 a year later, give or take. You made it 40 G's. Say you take home 30 after you pay everybody and all the taxes and everything. Federal, state, drip. Not a bad way to multiply your money. Only ways of really doing that are legit gambling, scratch-offs, lotteries, luck. So, hey man, take this how you want, play it how you want, do what you gotta do. Don't take my word for it. Never take my word for it. I'm just here showing you my experience. That's it. That's it. When I get to the point where I get to $800 a day, I'll be singing a different tune, because at that point I realized, hey man, all I do is click buttons to get to there. And what I did on November 27th, which was drop in the 500, and then, you know, a few weeks later the other 250, whatever, and I got that all back in one day, then cool. That's the goal. Everything else above that's extra. I mean, who wouldn't want this to get to making 10 G's a day, and then you turn around and in like 30 days buy a Lamborghini, right? Or build a badass house or whatever. Go to Maui. Cool. But if this disappears at the end of the year for whatever reason, and I got to the point where I pulled something out, put my 750 out, 800 out, rounded up, it was a win, right? So everyone's got their own strategy. Play it how you want. Get ready for the Manor Farm. That's launching. Well, kinda. It's starting on Tuesday again for everybody that's in the pre-sale. We're gonna get our dogs and pig tokens in. And then we should see the farms, and then on Thursday, I think, is when you can go in and get dogs and pig tokens with BUSD for 10% off, I believe. I might be reading that right. And then like the next day, 28th, is when it actually launches. You can go stake your stuff, and we'll see. So yeah, see the price of Rev dropped. Okay, the Rev right now, if you buy Rev right now, it is useless. It's locked. You can't convert it later at a later date. You don't have the pre-sale token. You don't have the pre-Rev or the pre-L2 tokens. So just quit buying Rev. You're shooting yourself in the foot. So anyways, that's about it, yo. Drip is on the rise because it's independent and because it's limited supply and not tied into the swing markets and everything. And I'm probably saying that wrong. It is not being affected by the crash. Well, before I end the video, there's one thing I want to say. If I were to cash out, how would I do it? Well, as we know, I'm just going to go back 3 months. A year. Bitcoin's highest amount ever within a year was $67,000, right? If I was at the point where I could cash out, you could do it two ways. And this is well in the future. But let's say we were at $1,000 a day right now, right? I'd let it build up for 10 days. Right? I'd do it all instantly, get the 5 out, and then the other 5, I'd put it in one of these coins. Preferably Bitcoin, maybe even like Ethereum. Ethereum isn't down as bad as Bitcoin in the same time frame. Here, watch this. highest it went was 4,800. Well, maybe my math is off. Maybe it is. Remember, both close to 50%. Anyways, the reason I would put 5 into one of these coins is because these every 9 months there's a crash. I think around there. Once a year is a crash. Sometimes a big crash, sometimes it's a small crash. But as we know, every time they crash to a low percentage, like Ethereum going all the way down to where we're at now, they turn around and bounce back up and break their ceiling. Okay, now we're talking. Look at Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. This is the 10-year spread or 15-year spread, whatever, however long it's been. It goes down, hits a new one, and this one was a little different, right? It didn't exactly hit that, but generally speaking, it goes down and then it sets a new record. So if you got 5Gs that you don't need right away, and we're in a position where it's low, even if it does go lower, that you sit on it, forget it, and then you come back all-time high, well, let me go check what that is. That 5Gs could be 10Gs. Right? That's the strat I would have. I'd put it in more of these not legit, but these more secured coins that you know aren't going anywhere. Bitcoin's never going to go away. At least not anytime soon. It's being adopted by too many places, too many people. The value might go up and down because people panic sell, and there's a lot of people that will take their profit, and like they're doing right now, there's a lot of things that are pumping it and dumping it. But it's just not going to go away. You just got to wait on it, sit on it. It might take a year, might take 3 years. It'll go back up. Eventually we'll hit more because it's still being mined, right? They're still chipping away at the puzzle. So they get that last bit. But as it circulates, that's what makes the price go up and down along with the availability, right? Right now there's just too much Bitcoin on the market. That's why it's down. People were dumping it, took their profits. Go for it. It happens. But that's what I'm saying. Crypto's volatile. So look at these swings. It can happen in the stock market too. Good old Lordstown. I was in it. I was doing calls a year ago. I was making money off of it. And it started tanking. And I lost my money that I made on it. Luckily, it was only a few $100. But now look where we're at. A year later, it's down to $2. Could it go back up? I don't know. They're not really coming through with the technology that they promised. But if these guys can do it, crypto can do it. And crypto will do it 10 times faster. Both ways. It'll crash 10 times harder and faster. It'll pump 10 times harder and faster. So, if you're going to be in any type of crypto, understand you can't have a weak stomach. And that's why we say only put in, whether it's drip, whether it's Bitcoin, or even legit investments, actual investments. Because this is a stock, it's an actual investment. This is just play money over here until it's real. Know that things could crash. Things could go sideways. This took a full year to get to this place. This took a couple months, a couple weeks to get where we're at now. Hell, a week. So, make sure you ain't quitting your day job. I'm not quitting anytime soon. And with that said, like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell me what's up. Tell me what's down. Play the game you want to play. If you use my buddy code, thank you. I appreciate it. You don't have to use it. I'm not soliciting it. But it's appreciated if you use it. Say what's up in the chat. Deuces.